Everybody, we are back. It is Table Line's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at Glen Rockney for Glenn, and of course pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for all your protein needs as well. You can also check out the links to Homage. I'm putting those things in the description right now. They're going to get you a Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl shirt or a Raiders jacket. Also a NFL Blitz Max Crosby jacket as well. So go ahead, check those guys out. Support that. You know, although the 15% of those proceeds go to Tape Don't Lie channel. All right. So for the guys who complain about my audio, go ahead and get you a jacket so I can get an upgrade. All right. This podcast is solid, but you guys have audio issues. So shut the fuck up, bro.
My lord.
Yes. Support the channel then, fucker. Join the memberships.
Yeah.
All right. How you feeling, Glenn, man? We're back here, man. How you feeling, dude?
Man, I got embarrassed by the Raiders last week. I was like, oh, we're going to come out and smack Washington. They have no idea what's coming. I don't care who's starting. It's not what happened. So that's just not what happened. I mean, they looked awful. You know, just the same problems times 10 that they had against the Chargers, really. And then the defense had its first, like, bad game, you know, just flat out bad game. We'll see. I mean, I thought the thing about this coaching staff was going to be like, they're not going to let bad games compound. So far, we have two. You know, it's I think the Charger game, again, I think a lot of the players on the roster had a decent Charger game, but the most important ones didn't. But in the Washington game, everything just crumbled. And I am we'll talk about what that means, I guess. I'm a little discouraged, though.
You're discouraged? Yeah. I mean, that game was ugly. Right.
Yeah.
All around. I think after watching Matt break it down and then watching defense myself, I think it was worse for the defense, to be honest. I think the defense had the worst game. I mean, we're just not going to talk about it because, you know, offense, you know, does pay the bills. And that's what we're here to talk about is offense. But the defense, I mean, Devin White was absolutely terrible. Like, I just couldn't believe how bad he was. He looked exactly who I was scared of.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he showed up and I was like, oh. Was it just the first 2 weeks of the NFL that everybody just knows how to play Devin White now? Because that's what happens with week 3 too sometimes, right? Which I'm kind of happy the Raiders got one win in between those 2 weeks because, you know, week 3 happens and then teams just start figuring you out because there's 2 games of film. And that's what I was disappointed in the Raiders too. It was like the Raiders didn't watch Commanders film. I don't know what they were watching. I don't know how they were prepared for that game, but they were not prepared at all, and that's really on the coaching staff, in my opinion. We can talk about everything else, but that's on the coaching staff for them not to be prepared.
It looked like an Antonio Pierce game. It looked like a classic Raiders can't win in the East Coast time zone game where they come out and they just look bad. It's like those games when they lose to Chicago with Tyson Bagent. It just looked like that game where I couldn't pick I mean, Trey Tucker wakes up and but it's the game's over by the time he does, you know, and I'm not blaming Trey Tucker for it, but it's just that was the only thing that made that game not a complete laugher was a nice 3 touchdown game for Trey Tucker. Other than that, it was, you know, and to be honest, I thought Genty looked solid when they got him going in the run game. And I think some stats that have come out about him just basically all his yards are after contact. So it's like, you can't call him a bad running back. If all your yards are after contact, you're objectively not a bad running back. And I'll talk about what that means later, because I think it's a topic tonight of the whole, should we have gone tackle at 6? Should we have gone that? It's just a debate that I don't think is really necessary to have. And I don't think it I don't think it makes you a winning or losing team this year if they would have done that. So, but anyways, it was just really discouraging. And like, you know, I think their personnel usage is still bothering me. And I think the Chip Kelly experience, I just haven't been a fan so far. And I really thought that was going to be a selling point for this team. We were all worried about Pete Carroll's offensive coordinator hire. And we were like, oh, good, he didn't pick, you know, Darrell Bevel. You know, we're good. He didn't do that. Well, I don't know, man. This looks like Chip's got a lot, and his press conference today did not do me any favors. He's like, oh, we've played nothing but good teams so far.
Yeah, he did a full stat breakdown of the NFL based on.
Yeah, come on.
Like, what do you pay attention to during the week, bro? Like, why do you know that?
Yeah, are you doing fantasy?
Why do you sound like a PFF guy? I was like, do you work for PFF or like are you a stat guy?
Yeah, it was weird. It was like a PR, like a team tweet that would come out. Like they have a team account where like Kirk Morrison and all those guys are a part of it. Like you expect them to say stuff like that because they're promoting the team. And to me, like Chip Kelly, it's like, dude, like you're supposed to be this mad scientist, and it's just the mad part that I'm seeing right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of cockiness from Chip too.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's a very cocky guy. It kind of comes off at his press conferences, especially when the questions are getting tougher.
Yeah.
He he went on a stat rant about the league. Like he knew Saquon Barkley's stats. Like, why do you know that? Like he has 60 carries, 3.3 yards per carry. I mean, he's best back in the league. I don't know what you guys. I mean, like, how did you? Yeah. Are you on Pro Football Reference, bro? Then instead of watching the film,
he didn't say Jonathan Taylor's stats. By the way, he didn't say those ones. He didn't say, I agree that like running the defenses have adjusted to like running the ball. Like it's kind of true, like what he's saying, but I don't need to hear that from you. You know, like I need you to go like, look, it was last week. It was a simple execution thing. We just, we're just not winning up front, and we're gonna get creative because I was clamoring for like, how about a toss to Genty? Just something to where the defense isn't just converging inside. I mean, I know football is more complicated than that, but sometimes I feel like, hey, man, like, can we get these linemen on the move? Like, it feels like every down is an opportunity for the defense to just pin their ears back, whether it's in the run game or the pass game. And it's like you got to switch up looks, like, and the only time he does is just to, like, hand Trey Tucker the ball. And that's fine. I mean, they gain yards when they do it, but I expected a lot more creativity.
Yeah, and then they got away from play action too, which I don't know what that is about.
Right.
I don't and like somebody hit me up, said what was the run percentages, and I was like, well, week 1 they threw the ball 64% of the times, and that was the most they did play action. And then last week they were kind of balanced. They were 52% run pass, 46% run, and they were down the whole game, and they didn't play action.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that, man. I think they're getting a little too cute. I think when Geno Smith went out there and balled, had a pretty good game week 1 and threw for 362 yards. They kind of felt like that, okay, I can just chop these guys up through the air. And, Geno's not getting rid of the ball quick enough either. So it's all bad on offense right now. And the thing is I feel like Chip is trying to be creative, but it's just so much, somebody asked the question, do I agree with Linky Kelly that they're in shotgun too much? Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? When they get under center and they run the ball, it's really not that bad. They do a lot better. And you can get the play action game off it. It's just, when Genty's getting those handoffs and teams know what alignment, like I pointed out on the show, like he lines up Genty over the tackle. And they like run the ball every time he does that. Like that is like the easiest tell in the NFL. Like especially like week 3,
right?
You line up the guy over the tackle, he run, and then when you watch them pass in their lineup of shotgun, he's lined up inside the guard. Like, bro, you can't. That's not gonna work for me. We got to get back under center. And the funniest part of the whole week is like the fire Brendan Carroll thing. I think this is so.
I agree.
Lazy. It is so lazy.
What's gonna change? What's gonna change if they do?
Nothing. It's literally Chip Kelly's scheme.
Yeah.
Like from a passing perspective, a pass blocking perspective, and a run blocking perspective, it is his offense. Like Brendan Carroll is out there teaching them holding pads, teaching them how to keep their arms up, right? Keep your arms up. That's all Brendan Carroll. Brendan Carroll's not game planning. I know he's a run game coordinator, but the last time he was a run game coordinator, I looked it up. They ran the ball under center 61% of the time. So this is not his offense.
Yeah.
This is not Brendan Carroll. I know he's the easy target because the offensive line and that's the narrative.
The coach's son too.
Yeah, the nepotism. We hated nepo baby. And he's the easy attack guy, but I just think this is Chip Kelly's offense. Mm-hmm. This is not Brendan Carroll and Chip Kelly putting their minds together it is Chip Kelly telling Brennan Carroll how to teach these guys how I want to do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, because when I saw that, Brennan Carroll was setting it up with the run game coordinator for Seattle, and he had Chris Carson. Chris Carson was averaging 5 yards a carry with him. That kind of tells you what he can do in the run game.
Okay.
So since that's what he does, and to be honest, I'm going to say this, Glen. I think we are a bad week away from Pete Carroll taking over the offense.
Damn. Like calling plays?
No, not calling plays. Just having a nice meeting with Chip about how he wants to run offense. And, I think we should go under center.
Bring him down from the booth. Why don't you stand right next to me for the game?
He's like, that's what Pete Carroll is. That's what Pete Carroll is. Like, with Brian Schottenheimer convinced him to pass with Russell Wilson because Pete Carroll did not want to pass with Russell Wilson, right? And Schottenheimer convinced him, and they got to like week 10, right? They started off like 5-1, but then Russell Wilson started to fall apart. And then here comes Pete, and then they're back under center and doing play action. And he's passing like 20 times a game.
Yeah.
And then they won 6 in a row. So like it's, I think that's what is going to happen. We are like a week away from that happening, where we get to week 5, if they lose this game, they are like fully under center, running. And it's about people. A lot of people ask about screens, running screens.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's when I say creativity, I just mean it's not even creativity. I guess variety is what I mean in a sense. Like people are saying, well, he doesn't trust the O-line. You can let me see a screen not work before I decide that. You have Ashton Jeanty, who people were talking about how good of a receiver is. He caught screens at Boise State. He did a lot of those at Boise State. And Chip got salty at his press conference today. He was just like, I hope Ashton catches 75 balls on Sunday. It's like, well, look, man, you got a hurt tight end. Your tight end's hurt, right? Brock Bowers is hurt. It doesn't look like anything that he can really, injure further in terms of the current injury he has. So they're keeping him out there. But yeah, maybe first down, if you're not running the ball, let's just get like a quick pass to Jeanty or a quick screen or something. It's like you haven't put it on film yet, so it might catch somebody off guard. Yeah. And especially when defenses are ready to pin their ears back against you because they know that Geno's been hit a lot and the run game, there's been a lot of TFLs against the run game. They might bite on that pretty good. But it's just, I don't know, maybe Chip's just so much smarter than all of us that I don't know. All I'm seeing is the arrogance without the results. And you can be arrogant if we're putting up 30 points a game. I don't care what your press conferences sound like. But you got Marcus Mariota team went in there and smoked the defense and you couldn't score for the quarters that mattered. Yeah.
They're averaging 17 points a game.
Yeah.
He's having Luke Getsy memes go around on Instagram.
I mean, tough to say. Higher price. It's a higher price tag. I mean, right now, it's tough to argue with it. Last year they couldn't run the ball, and they had a quarterback that was, I don't know, to me, I still think Geno's not very confident in the offense. I think he's not seeing things right away, and that's exactly what we saw with Minshew. Now, Geno's better than Minshew, so he's able to, make some bigger plays and stuff, especially like you saw to Tucker. But it's really tough to say that the offense is better than last year. In fact, you see guys kind of regressing a little bit. And I think to me, Thornton, the love affair with Thornton needs to stop. He's not getting open. Geno should have thrown it should have been a horrible interception on Geno last week, trying to target Thornton like a forced thing. I'd like to see more Besh. I'd like to make the game quicker, like quick game, blocking on the edges. Like you might have to do that. And then you bring in Thornton later, I'd like to, Besh catches the ball when you throw it to him. So I don't know why they won't bring him out.
I don't know why they're not playing Besh either. I don't know what their thing is with Thornton. I don't know what it's about. Because to me, what I think it's about is that they're trying to go for explosive plays all the damn time.
Exactly.
And since your quarterback isn't really seeing it that quickly, and then because what happened, I'll kind of explain what happened to Geno Smith right now is that they went out to play the Patriots. The Patriots did not really do any deception.
Yeah.
Everything was, we're playing man and we're going to blitz the hell out of you. So he was able to kind of just play football and do this little pre-snap, predetermined throw thing, right? Now, especially the Commanders were showing him one thing and then they were going to another. They were showing him one thing and then going to another, and then all that does to Geno is Geno gets confused because he's like a pre-snap. Oh my god, there's a safety. Okay, I got a guy coming up here. I'm gonna go right there, and he snapped the ball, and he's like, oh shit, and then he doesn't know what to do. And then the offensive line isn't good enough, and they're getting sacked. You know what I mean? He's taking a lot of sacks too, because I always say sacks are a quarterback stat. So he can get rid of the damn ball. Because I posted that tape of Max Crosby with the 0% win rate, and Mariota was getting rid of the damn ball. Exactly. But if that was Geno Smith in Chip Kelly's offense, those are all sacks. You know what I mean? Max Crosby's having a career day.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like people just aren't getting that. Like people are just saying, well, the offensive line is not enough time. I said, well, that's all the reason that Geno should be playing hot potato with the ball, and he's not.
Yeah,
like we should. I get it, and then they're doing this bad combination of the offensive line's not playing that well, and they're trying to hit home runs every play, and it sounds like it's the exact same thing we said last week, and it just doesn't seem to be getting any different. It just seems to be like, no, we're gonna get a Dante Thornton touchdown. We're gonna get. I mean, really, the thing to me is like Tucker can be your deep threat. He showed as much. Why isn't Tucker your deep threat? Like he's a better receiver right now. He's league's base on pace for 1,200 yards this year. He's not. I mean, talking about not extending Myers, he's playing his way into an extension. Trey Tucker, like use him as your deep threat. You have Jacoby Myers, Jack Besh, and then you have Tucker who can take the top off the defense. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's because to me, Jack Besh is just the better receiver, man. He's just a better player. Like Besh gets open, and he as I said, every time he's on the field, he plays 5 snaps. He ends up with the catch somehow. Could you imagine if he played like a bunch of snaps? How many catches do we have? Mm-hmm. He plays 5 and gets a catch. Like he's played like 10 snaps. He has like 3 catches.
Yeah, and I see people comments saying like you can't, the quick game means corners can crash. Then you've set up the deep play. Like I'm saying like you every down it seems like they're trying to take a shot. And then it's just Geno getting hit or trying to run around, play hero ball. Like you set teams up with that, with the quick game. Quick game is your run game when your run game's not working. You do that and then you set them up. And Chip Kelly did break that down a little bit for people who don't understand. In his press conference, he was like, it's layered. He goes, not every play is 4 wide receivers running deep when you want to take a shot. You're not always doing that. He goes, it's in layers. And if the shot play is there, you take it. If it's not, you work underneath. It's just a really bad combination, and I feel like it's a philosophy thing, like you said. I don't think this is a Pete Carroll offense. This is absolutely a Chip Kelly offense. And if they lay another egg, I think you're right. I think it's going to become a, really run. Like we will run the ball. Like we will run the ball, and we will get the ball out of their hand. Like again, I'm not. I run these by you because I'm like, well, what do I know? But same thing I'm seeing. So it's what is Dan Quinn seeing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was just crazy watching Bobby Wagner point out the runs because people watch film, but they don't watch it like 800 times like I do over and over when I'm charting. So you used to watch Bobby Wagner like point something out to somebody. Hey, he's motioning, they're running. You're fucked at that point. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's what happens in the NFL. And what I was hoping for Chip Kelly is that this would happen like week 10, but it's happening week 3, bro. Yeah. That's it's like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because people are saying like Kid Flash said I got them all hyped for Chip Kelly. Well, yeah, because I thought he was gonna be creative. And they ran like a more of a West Coast offense at Ohio State. It felt like he went back to Oregon, which is weird.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, but he has the confidence of like the Ohio State where it's like I got 5 stars. Who cares what's coming? I got 5 stars. These guys are better, and you won't be able to stop us. It's a bad combination. I think he's been by far the biggest disappointment in my opinion. The thing is like people are like giving it to Pete Carroll, and I get it. He's the head coach of the team, but I don't think Pete Carroll's done a bad job. Like with what he does. Now you could say he hired Chip Kelly, but a lot of fans aren't ready to fire him yet. So it's weird. They like dump on Pete Carroll. Oh, the old man doesn't have us ready. And look, the defense didn't play well. And he still has his hands on it. But I'm like, look, to me, they went after the big name. They went after the big name guy, the guy everybody was trying to get, and it's not working. And that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tells. So did I go over the tell? I did it on the show. So go check out the breakdown I did, I went over like 3 of them, which is way too much.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I went over 3 of them, which is just way too much, man. And I kind of showed, like they did it against the Patriots and it worked, and then like Bobby Wagner sees it and he calls it out. It's just bad.
Yeah.
I remember that rumor or comment Max didn't like JPJ earlier on this year. It might be possible stuff. I mean, I think you listen to Chip Kelly. It kind of shows how they think about Jordan Meredith playing center when you compare them to Jason Kelce. Which I think Meredith's playing pretty well at center. I think he's not playing awful. The snaps week 2 were disgusting, but this past week they're a lot better. But from a blocking perspective, I think he's playing pretty decent. He's not playing terrible. I think he's playing well. But they really like him. I just, there's something about JPJ they don't like. I know they think he's too stupid to play center, because I was thinking this week that he was center for OTAs.
Yeah.
He was center for minicamp. He was center entering training camp. So there is something that maybe he wasn't getting things down in OTAs and minicamp, and they expect him to do it like in training camp week day 1, day 2, and he wasn't doing it. And they're like, you got to get out of here. So there's obviously something he's not doing. But
Adam Butler was saying, they asked Adam Butler, I remember in training camp, what do you think of JPJ? He goes, I think that's an all-pro guard. So like he said, like these guys on the team, you don't see anybody like advocating for him to be the center. And I don't know. I think he's a better guard than Alex Kappa. That much is proven. You see Pete Carroll chest bumping JPJ at practice. There's my guard. Like he was really really adamant about it. I expect that experiment to be over with in terms of as long as JPJ's healthy. But also the fact is that JPJ didn't he get a concussion in practice? And it's something's off. Something's off. I've said it a long time. I've said it a couple weeks ago. I don't expect him to finish his rookie contract with the Raiders. I just don't. I think something's very strange about it. Maybe it works somewhere else. I still thought it was a good pick. He was a first round talent that dropped to the second round, but you kind of see why he dropped to the second round a little bit. And Spytech passed on him once. He took Graham Barton. I know it's Jason Light drafting, but that might have, for all we know, that could have been a consensus opinion in the Tampa Bay draft room. Like, no, we like this guy better. And yeah, maybe some people say, oh, it works somewhere else. I don't know. Is Robert Spillane playing great football for the Patriots? I mean, they don't always, Raiders players don't always dominate when they leave. Like sometimes you just go, wow, that guy does suck when they leave your team. And
yes,
but I don't think JPJ sucks. That's my thing. It's quite clear. It doesn't seem like he has this kind of, other than the Raider fan base, who was just told all year that he's going to play center all offseason. It doesn't seem like anybody on the team's advocating to play center. Like, if we Jackson Powers-Johnson, that's our center. Is Geno Smith want him to play center? It doesn't seem like any of them do. So
yeah,
it might. I mean, why can't he just be a really good guard? And Chip Kelly brought up a good point. He's like, we got to play some big 3 techniques. I want to have a big guy out there. Like, I think that part works. What he's saying, I agree with him there.
Yeah, I don't agree with the JPJ needs to play center movement. I don't agree with that. I think he could play guard, right? I think him and Parham should switch, but other than that, I think he'll be fine at guard. Let's see if we get some other questions. We'll get to it more in depth with the offensive line here. Do you think PG should go back up in the booth? No, I think they should just get ready for zone read teams, I guess.
Yeah, it's just one bad. I mean, they had one bad game. Like, to me, the defense, I didn't expect them to be good this year. So them laying an egg once in 3 games, I'm like, well, that's about. I mean, to be honest, I thought the Raiders were going to be playing a lot of like 30 to 27 games, and we're going to be like, we just need a few pieces on defense. That's what I thought the season was going to be like. So I'm not saying it's acceptable, but you look at the talent on that team. And maybe Devin White does turn back into a pumpkin. These guys that maybe they are what they are. It's I'd like to see Darian Porter get some more reps. Like Kyu Blue Kelly, that was a pretty bad game for him. It's pretty tough to get past that. I don't know with PG. I don't think you need him on the sideline because you have Pete Carroll on the sideline.
Yeah, I agree with that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to bring him on the sideline. You're fine. What college QB do you like, Mendoza, Hoover, Morton, or Aller? I've only watched Hoover because I had to watch Hoover because I did a preview for the show Draft Fanatics for ASU versus TCU. I watched Hoover. He's a pretty good quarterback. He is. He has a pretty good arm. I just I'm a height guy, and if you're 6'1" and you can't like be a freak as a runner, like I'm just like, what are you gonna do in the NFL though? You know what I mean? Are you gonna be Brock Purdy? Is that what you are? But he anticipates, great arm, gets the ball to his playmakers. I haven't watched the other guys though. Who is Morton? Is that the dude from Texas Tech?
I have not watched him yet. I haven't watched Texas Tech play. I will this weekend for sure.
I mean, he got hurt.
I don't think they're playing this weekend. Yeah, no.
I mean, he got hurt. I think Morton got hurt, and the backup came in and played better.
Yeah, Mendoza's a baller though. 6'5",
yeah.
too. 6'5".
Yeah, I heard Mendoza's a baller.
Mendoza is a baller. Cal Bear, smart guy. Like he tore up Illinois. I mean, he tore them up, and he's got a good arm. I like Fernando Mendoza. My guy Mateer got hurt, man. I'm so bummed.
See, Mateer. Somebody asked about Mateer. Mateer is a baller. Like,
I know.
But the thing is, like, since I'm saying Mateer is 6'1", but he has legs.
He kind of just reminds me of Baker, to be quite honest.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like he can move.
I hate to helmet scout, but he's formerly a Wazoo guy, so it's not really an Oklahoma.
Like Hoover is a pocket passer. He can move, but like when you're short like that, I need you to be like Mateer running the ball. You know what I mean? Like I need you to be like that. But Mateer is nuts. People talk about his inaccuracy. That dude against Michigan, he had this throw where he got hit at the it would have been a safety, but he got hit and he threw the ball. The ball still went 40 yards on the line.
Yeah, he's got a cannon.
NFL right there. I can work with that.
He's got a cannon. I like him a lot. But yeah, Mendoza is good. I'm excited to watch Aller play against Oregon. I'm not a fan, but I mean, if you go out there and tear up Oregon, you can have like a CJ Stroud type rise quick if you go out there and tear up a good defense. Penn State hosts Oregon this weekend. But if he lays an egg, Aller's just kind of going to be that guy to me. Like, and he's cute, big, strong, and fast. I mean, there's no excuse to not be good.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be Mendoza this year. I bet Mendoza keeps riding. Does he have a big arm? I haven't really got to watch.
A good arm. I mean, I it's tough for me to gauge sometimes, but like he's really good, just intermediate. Like just really hits that intermediate throw really good. I haven't really seen him air it out too much. I didn't watch all that game because it was over early. But
yeah,
no, I like Mendoza a lot. I mean, he's just a big, strong dude. Like, yeah, I'm a fan. I like him. But man, Mateer hurting his hand, his throwing hand pisses me off, man.
Yeah. Dude. How much input on the defensive scheme does Carroll have? This is a tough one for me. I would say a lot. I think Graham is really just a defensive line coach at this point. That's what I would say.
Wow.
He's the D-line coach. I mean, because they're playing like cover 2 and different things, but they're still like playing cover 3 for the most part. I mean, that's why Mariota was able to just pick them apart.
Yeah, man. People are bringing up Nico, man. Nico. Ugh. I don't know about Nico. He is big, but yeah, that's. So
who's under pressure more this week to perform decently, players or coaching staff?
Coaching staff.
Oh, 100%. I agree with that.
It's not even close. So it's coaching staff. This is a young team, and they're coached by experienced people. So like, it's. They need to get it done. They can beat the Bears like they can. They are able to beat the Bears. They are able to do it. The coaching staff's going to have to get that done, like straight up. They came out flat against Washington. They didn't look good.
They look unprepared.
Yeah.
It looked like Chip Kelly. It looked like Chip Kelly was reading stats. So it looked like it did look like that. You know what I mean? Like, how did he know all those stats, bro? I've never seen a coach know other players yards per carry.
That was weird. I was just like, man, I don't care what the Eagles are doing.
Look at Saquon Barkley, man. He sucks too.
Yeah, he's terrible. But like again, he didn't bring up the Colts. You know, you didn't bring up those teams that are running the football well. I mean, like I said, I agree. Like the run game has been a little slow to start the season. Damn, Marvin Harrison Jr. said, "Shut up with the McDonald's memes." You just got a touchdown.
Yeah, that's why he's crying. That's why he's crying. He's like,
man, whew, that was a bad pick he
said,
tossed earlier.
He said, "My dad's gonna shoot me if I didn't catch that ball."
Hey, whatever. First off, whatever gets it done. Whatever gets it done. Okay. Whatever gets it done. Yeah, that was great. Damn, he lost Witherspoon. Oh,
ooh,
hey,
okay.
Yeah. They had him at McDonald's with no hands staring at a deep fryer. I was like, God. Wow. That's what that sucks too, because Bowers and Neighbors go after him, you know, and they're both studs. Like it just, yeah.
Wow, dude. Wow. He wasn't be able, he couldn't walk the streets of Philly if he didn't play well today. Let's say that. All right. Has Geno never been able to adjust after defense changes the look after the snap? And somebody's like, so you're saying Geno is stupid? He's been in the league 13 years. Do you guys want me to tell you the truth, or?
Yes. The channel's about not lying.
Yeah, he's never. This has been a thing. He's a pre-snap guy. Okay, so he's gonna read it pre-snap. He kind of predetermines his throws, and that's always been an issue for him. Like if you go back and listen to some like my ALPAs, like I point that out a lot. How if you change the picture on Geno Smith, he might struggle because he predetermines his throws, and that's the problem. Like even like the interception against Chargers, right? To be honest, if you read that play out post snap, he just throws the ball to Mayer, and we have a nice little 8-yard start to the game. Mm-hmm. If he reads it out, right? Like, but he saw pre-snap that I got cover 3, I got a high free safety. I know I got this guy coming in the seam. I can hit him in the seam. That's what he was thinking. But you have to, if you read that play out, like, because Tua runs that play all the damn time. I know Logan Paulson was trying to see, he took my college term. Logan, I know you took that from me. That was my term. I came up with that, my college term. But when Tua runs that play, Tua does a good job of reading it out, and like there's 3 options. He could throw it to one guy, throw it to another one. He should have threw the ball to Dan Mayer if he read it out correctly, and then Mayer gets 8, and you're like, yeah, here we go, offense going. We run the ball, and then we're like, okay, offense is going. But nah, he was like, I am throwing to Trey Tucker because the safety's so high, I know I can fit it in the seam, and that didn't work out. So yeah, that is how you beat Geno Smith. Is how you change the picture on him. He might struggle, and that's just, it's always been a thing. And like he's missing guys deep because of that, though. Like, you know, Trey Tucker on one play where he like ended up checking it down, he was wide open, but they messed with him. Like they showed him it was single high, but then it was still cover 3, but they just moved the safety over like it was too high, and he was confused. But then he had Trey Tucker just running way down the seam. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I mean. Like, if he could read it post snap, he hits it over the top, and then we're talking about Trey Tucker having a 200-yard game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it. That's the thing. I mean, I can't tell you guys any different. That is a thing with Geno Smith, and teams are doing it to them super early because he went out there and he threw 300 yards the first game. Because if you play like basic man-to-man and you don't switch it up too much and you don't try to deceive him, he'll pick you apart because he's really good pre-snap. Mm-hmm. It's just after that. And somebody said like, oh, it's just like having Derek again. Yeah, it's true. But like, I mean, Derek got better at that. You know, like 2019 Derek Carr's and 2018 Derek Carr's pre-snap. I think 2020, 21, he got a little better at that because he had to, or John Gruden was probably like forcing him to get better at that. John Gruden's probably on his ass about getting it better at that. But that's the thing with Geno. It's always been that way. I don't know what to tell you guys. I can't help you. I can't make you feel better about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, man, just like, do you want to get crushed all year? Like, do you want to get your ass kicked? Like, that's why. To me, it's like, that's why I asked Gino. Like, Gino, do you want to get your ass kicked all year, or do you want to get rid of the football? Like that to me, it's like he's not doing himself any favors. Like physically, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah. see, but that's the thing. Like, you have to have a quarterback. You have to have a coach like John Gruden that, like, because John Gruden made Derek Carr a whole lot better. You could just see Derek Carr without Gruden in his career, and with him, like what he did with Gruden is pretty. Shows how much of a great quarterback coach Gruden really is. But yeah, guys. Sorry, somebody said the whole outlook of the season changed. But that's a good transition. Let's talk about the offensive line. Let's talk about this. The Sam Darnold's out here balling, which is kind of funny. Like, we didn't want Sam Darnold. We were all happy about you.
I did not want Sam Darnold. Everybody said
that was you. You did want Sam Darnold.
No, I mean, not over. I mean, Gino wasn't really a possibility because you had to trade for him, and we didn't know. I said I'd be fine with Sam Darnold, but at the end of the day, do I want Sam Darnold's with Clint Kubiak running West Coast that he had at San Francisco? It's a good pairing. Sam Darnold, who I want with Chip Kelly, probably not. I don't know.
Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Like, so it's just kind of. To me, I don't know. I can't say you're like, I was pounding the table for Sam Darnold. No, I just said people. I'm telling you, like, fans were mad. Like, they're like, Sam, no. And I think he's playing okay. I think he's playing fine. He's making some good throws, but he also takes a lot of. He's taking 4 sacks tonight against a team with no pass rush.
Oh, he has?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It'll be worse with his offensive line. It'll be worse, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think he's playing that. Their defense is playing really well. Seattle's defense.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the offensive line. Though I know it's a big story. The switch around, not playing JPJ. Pete Carroll's comments from Wednesday went viral basically because people were like pissed off that he kind of got angry with Vinny. Which, like, you almost started yelling at him. I felt like,
yeah.
There is some anger.
Pete's been a little cranky in his press conferences.
Yeah. I mean, it's a general question. You know, I thought that was a good question if Vinny asked him because it's what I would have asked. I would have asked, like, I mean, Parham has played better historically at right guard. Is there a reason? I would have asked him the reason why he switched to left.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you see him better as a left guard than a right guard?
So, I mean, sure, but it's just, I think Vinny. I mean, people. First off, Vinny's our best beat reporter. I think everybody I people could say that. Whoa, yeah, what does that mean? But in the offseason, people got on him for the Ben Johnson thing. People got on him, so I think he does a pretty good job. He does. He asks the right questions. Like, he's not arrogant about it or anything, and he asks kind of what fans want to hear for the most part. Every other beat writer is like, "What do you think of the Vegas weather?" Like, everybody else is like, "Did you see the WNBA, Mark Davis's WNBA team the other night?" Like just they ask questions like that. Vinny at least asked those questions.
Yeah, Vinny is good. Vinny's a good reporter. You can tell he's a veteran, right? I mean,
he's covered the Rams and USC.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, and so there's Hondo.
He knows Pete Carroll. He knows Pete Carroll too. He knows how to push his buttons a little bit.
He knows Pete. That's why Pete's probably pissed.
I fucking remember you from 2002.
Yeah, you fucking Vinny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good. I mean, because I was literally thinking, like, I hope a reporter asked him, like, about that, like, switching for Parham and them. And Vinny asked it. I was like, yo, that is awesome. So that was a good question. I think that it really set the kind of the tone for this whole week, and their love for JPJ. But I think it's funny they just want to admit that Cap is ass and they don't want to play him anymore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree.
I think it's a big thing. It's a big thing. Eddie's here, man. Here comes the Mimbu. He's gonna get. Eddie was looking for you on Sunday, Glenn.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be here this Sunday either. So yeah, keep looking. All right.
Eddie was looking for you, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but I think honestly, 100%.
Oh, Seattle is.
Oh,
it's Kyler time. K1.
No, Kyler's gonna throw an interception here.
You know he's going to, or take a stupid sack on like 3rd and 17. After
Run
all,
around in a circle because he can't see the
yeah.
middle of the field.
Damn.
All right. So yeah. So I mean, the offensive line right now. I wanted to bring up my little blocking stats here. I was gonna bring my blocking stats.
Yeah, sure.
Hold up. Share my screen. While we all look at how terrible where's the Excel at? Man, I can't find my Excel sheet here.
Man, what would Membu and Zamir White be like? Man, I'm just salivating at the thought of that. Eddie's right. Membu and Zamir White. Maybe. Oh, we could have kept Alexander Madison too.
I mean, it's Cecile McCormick, bro. You know, big
yeah. Oh man, I'm salivating at the thought of that. Actually, yeah. Damn.
Oh man. Yeah, but it's been bad. But I'm gonna pull this up. But yeah, you just give your thoughts on the offensive line while I pull this up here, Glenn.
So it hasn't been good. I mean, I feel like fans are like debating, like, is it the problem? And it's clearly a huge problem. I still think schematically there's no, like, my problem is when you have a high paid offensive coordinator, the knowledge of personnel going, hey, okay, we're weak at this position right now. We're weak at this. Well, like, how do I get these guys on the move? How do I get them going? You know, how do I give defenses a different look? And it just seems like he wants to turn Geno into a sitting duck and be like, hopefully Dante Thornton is just past the safety, and then we'll win. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna connect on that 4 times a game, and we're gonna win 28-20. That's what's gonna happen. And I think they, you know, the biggest question to me, and I think we're gonna talk spy tech a little bit later, is you drafted a guard in the top 100 and he is not active on game days. Why? Why is he not active? I'm not saying he has to start, but Caleb Rogers is a top 100 pick who is inactive on game days. Now, we knew Charles Grant was going to take some time, but Caleb Rogers played 5 years at Texas Tech, and you're telling me he cannot be your reserve guard or something? Like, they did address in the top 100, they used 2 picks on the offensive line. They did. They did that. So it's like those. I want to see those guys. I mean, like, to me, at guard, like maybe Rodgers. Like, let's just. How bad is it? Really? He's worse than Alex Kappa. You're telling me he is leagues worse than Alex Kappa? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you, dude. So these are my charting of the guys. So you can actually see like Alex Kappa is absolutely terrible. He has 12% pressure rate with he's only played 82 pass for snaps, so he's the worst on the team. Played 2 games. He's absolutely awful. Glaze got his ass kicked last week. He played well week 2. So Glaze was bad week 1 in pass protection. He was good week 2, and then he was bad week 3. So that adds up to 12 pressures, 9.92%. Just JPJ didn't play 1 game, but JPJ was bad that game. Nobody wants to talk about that either. But he was bad.
Yeah, that's the other problem is JPJ hasn't been playing that well.
He was bad that game. Parham had his first good game last week. He was terrible the first 2 weeks, but he had his first good game, so he's at 8%. But it's really just Meredith and Miller. That's why Chip thinks he's Jason Kelsey, because he's out here with the 1.65% pressure rate.
Yeah, no, it's
playing pretty well. I mean, he is playing well. Like, honestly, like, Miller's playing terrible in the run game. As you can see, he has 2 pressures, but 9 missed blocks. So that is 7 missed blocks in the run game. Right. He actually has the most out of everybody, which is crazy to me. But, you know, they're ranked 14th on like those pass protection things that one dude puts out, because Colt Miller has an elite pass blocking grade on PFF. I don't know if you saw that.
I mean, it's what we know him to be, right?
Yeah. So he has been elite there, but so the problem is, though, to me, and let's talk about this here, because you talk about Caleb Rogers, they drafted Charles Grant too.
That's what I'm saying. 2 linemen in the top 100, and both are inactive on game day.
And one doesn't play right tackle.
Yeah. I don't know. It's odd. I mean, I don't know why, if you're going to teach him, make him a project at tackle, put him like, okay, the project is, can you be a swing tackle? Can you play both sides? And I mean, if they're doing that secretly and we haven't seen it, then maybe that's the case. but I don't know. Like they do address it. That's the problem. Is like they do address it. And yeah, I understand there's a difference between first round tackles and third round tackles, 100%. But to me, I'm just like these guys. I still think Kelly is not utilizing this personnel very well, and I'm saying this offense is never. I don't think this offensive line is going to be elite, but they showed signs towards the end of the year of being like solid. It's average to solid, and if they're playing average right now, I bet you the Raiders might have beat the Chargers, or been competitive in the Washington game at least. And I don't think we'd have as bleak of an outlook. So, to me, I like Genty. I think Genty runs hard, and I will. To me, everyone keeps telling me Membu's the guy. I know. He was in all my mocks. Go to the mock draft season. It literally was my favorite player at 6. They didn't pick him, and we knew they weren't going to do it. The biggest problem with this offensive line, and this is probably my biggest critique of Spytech, who I am a fan of, you're sitting on $40 million of unused cap space. I understand there's dead cap, but if your head coach says competition all the time, bring in some competition that isn't named Alex Kappa. Bring in, it doesn't have to be elite talent, but guys be like, okay, DJ Glaze, can you beat this guy? Right? Can you beat this player? Can you beat average veteran tackle? Can you beat that person? They didn't do that. He beat Dalton Wagner and Thayer Mumford. Like, bring it. You can say drafting Genty at 6. Oh, it handcuffs you because you don't have the offensive line. What you do is you draft, if you are going to draft Genty and you knew that was going to be the case, spend the money and get the veteran O-line. I bet you they'd be running the ball well if they actually did that, to be honest. I think they would just have people not blowing the block as much. What have any of these linemen done on a team that preaches competition to say you are untested at that position? I mean, they drafted a left tackle behind Colton Miller. Yeah. But you're telling me there's nothing you could have done for DJ Glaze? Even if DJ Glaze is having a good season right now, it would have been nice to push him, right? Mm-hmm. Why was he anointed as the starting right tackle? That, to me, I think that's you can bring in I know they're sitting on all these money, but we see these holes out there, and it's not just something we go, we'll address it next year. You're going to get guys hurt this year playing like that if you don't address it. So to me, you really screwed that up. That aspect is to just sit there and go, this offensive line is good as is. We don't need, like I said, some of the names that they could have brought in wouldn't even be names that would move the needle to a lot of fans. But at least we'd know somebody beat out outside competition.
Yeah. See, the thing is, to keep these guys, right, and then to mess around with them too is kind of weird, right?
Right.
And that is the thing that is my problem. But you're right, Glenn, because I'm looking at some of these free agents. They could have paid Mekhi Becton $17 million just to get him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, and even lesser names. What else? Who was other? I don't know if you have the list.
Kevin Zeitler, James Daniels,
guys that have started. I know James Daniels did that head slap on the Cowboys, and it was viral.
That's James Hudson.
James Hudson. Yeah, James. Yeah, these guys it's sick. Parham beat this guy, so we know that Parham is worthy of his job. They didn't test any of these guys.
Yeah,
that's what bothers me. Okay, you beat Dalton Wagner. Okay, you beat I don't even remember who the backup center was. Will Putnam. Oh, you beat Will Putnam. And it was just That's my biggest problem with Spytech thus far. All he talks about is I love my linemen, and I love that he used 2 top 100 picks on them. But why are they not suited up on game day?
Yeah, I mean, because there's Ryan Kelly too from the Colts.
A lot of stuff they could have done with that money, and we were all wondering what were they going to do. And even if you hit the bargain basement a little bit, I still would have liked some guys with some starting experience to be competition.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of linemen that just. I mean, Tevin Jenkins. Right. I mean, he got a 1-year deal. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys are pretty good players that probably would have been upgrades of what the Raiders have. Right. So I agree with that, though. I agree with that, man. I just they just didn't spend any money, and they're just not. It's just hard to talk about. I guess we can kind of transition here. I'll answer a couple of questions, and we'll transition to is Spy Tech good or not, right? Because I think that's just a question here that we want to talk about. Sorry, I'm late, boys. How you feel about Pete getting sassy about JPJ? We kind of talked about that.
Rewind. We talked about that.
Yeah. Does establishing the run help stop defensive disguise and coverage as much? I'm not sure, but logically, I think that would assume it's harder to rotate safeties.
Yeah.
When you're forced to stack the box. Yes, you're right. You are 100% right about that. But teams are like, this offensive line can't get any push, so and we could probably figure out when they're running the ball.
Yeah, that's the problem.
We could just sit back and too high.
It just seems like the defense knows something. It just feels like the defense is just one step ahead of them, and like they're like, yeah, just as I thought. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The offense the offense has been frustrating for me. Because Geno Smith's been frustrating for me too. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. I mean, I think
very frustrating.
He's been frustrating as hell for me to watch on film. I'll tell you that right now.
Damn,
is that
Marv is balling right now?
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, bro. He had somebody made the call at halftime, bro.
Wow. Yeah, somebody. His dad, like you said.
Yeah, you ain't come back to Philly.
Yeah, his dad had a.
I got a lot in this game. I got a lot in your over under.
Two Yosemite Sam pistols. Started shooting at his feet.
A lot of your over under, son.
Yeah, your uncles are making fun of me.
All right. Let's get serious here. Is Pete's decision or Chiefs regarding the O-line switch up? Yeah, I honestly think it's Chips.
Yeah, I think Pete has handed the offense over to him, and like we said earlier, he might ask for that back.
Yeah, if they don't do shit this week, he's going. They're gonna be under center, like they're Russell Wilson and shit. Because I mean, when Geno was with his best year with Pete Carroll, that's what they did. They were under center all the time, and play action and all the other shit, and doing this whole spread college thing is not working. It just bothers me that Chip Kelly was under center at Ohio State, like more than a lot of college teams. And then here he comes and he's doing fucking air raid shit. Like, come on, dog. Like, what the fuck? That's what bothers me, man. Mm-hmm. Like, where's this air raid shit coming from?
Yeah, they were going 5 wide the other day after like it was just like, what? Like, you take the running back off the field now? Damn, it's about to be tied up.
Look at Kyler. Look at Kyler.
Damn. DeMercado too. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, hey, I mean, you better not miss this extra point then. But yeah, that's it's nuts. I mean, I'm with you. It's just like, why are they trying to do something so different? Like you look at a team like Seattle, they're taking Sam Darnold and at least putting him in something they know he works at, and they're putting him in the West Coast, getting him on the move and stuff. And with Geno, I thought they were going to do something, I don't know, similar, but just something that it just feels like they put him in a weird position, and he's clearly not responding to it. Like he just doesn't look comfortable. 13 years in the league, and it looks like he's seeing things late. And, again, we can put a lot on the line, but it's like, I feel like the Raiders are averaging 3 seconds to throw the ball, and their opponents, which the Raiders pass rush hasn't really been that good, their opponents are getting rid of the ball quicker than they are. And you could say that about the DBs and stuff, whatever. Let's be real. Like they're playing a quicker game than the Raiders are, their opponents.
Yeah. Geno Smith, I looked it up because when I wrote an article about Chip Kelly's offense, looking very college and how it's like a Y cross and all this other shit. And Geno Smith's time to throw is 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's not going to work in the NFL. And he under 2.5 seconds, according to PFF, he's actually terrible.
Weird.
He's playing worse, which it's just bad. It's bad. So that's the problem to me because the sacks are coming because if Geno was let's just say Geno was getting the ball off at 2.6 seconds, 2.7, right? Which he did week one. Week one, it was 2.6, right? That's what I'm saying. It was totally different offense. So if it's 2.6, 2.7, the offensive line would look a lot different. Because honestly, I think the offensive line is average if they didn't have a lot of tells and Geno Smith doesn't hold the ball too long. So those things are making them terrible. But I think overall they will just be average, right? Like the 18th ranked offensive line, right? But now they're like the 29th because Geno Smith's holding the ball too long. Ashton Genty, when they do block, he can get a little iffy sometimes. And then, and then the next time they can't block at all. So it's like a mixture of all of that. But I think if like Geno Smith was getting the ball off on time, they'd be like average.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the big problem.
That's a problem.
All right. And then we'll talk about Spy Tech here. Well, you think the rookies are going to be NFL ready right out the box? I'm like, no, but like shit.
I should be active though. That's the thing. Top 100. I don't care about look, I'd like to see Hemingway and Pegues active because I think they're actually solid players for where they were picked. But top 100 picks should be suited up. Like top 100, Charles. I always get there. I always want to call him Charles Rogers, Caleb Rogers, and Charles Grant. More so Caleb Rogers. Like I say, he played 5 years at Texas Tech. Like he's not a young guy that you're, sitting on for a long time. Like he's played a lot of college football. His experience should at least get him active on game day. And to me, we want to talk about draft ifs and buts and all of that. The big problem with me is like you took Caleb Rogers in the top 100, who you're not suiting up on game day, and Xavier Watts is drafted in the 4th round and he's balling for Atlanta, and you definitely need safety. And Xavier Watts is good. And I know I'm being biased there. Everyone's just gonna say I'm biased, but he's balling right now. And to me, it's like it's a bad look when those guys are not active on game day. 6th round picks, especially defensive tackles, guys aren't really playing a lot of special teams. Like I can see that. And the Raiders have been pretty healthy. It's another thing. I mean, you can say a lot of stuff. Like they've been relatively healthy. Unfortunately, like Brock's got a little injury, but he didn't miss a game. These they haven't really had a lot of injury openings for these players.
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, it kind of just transitioned to. I mean, what do you think of Spy Tech so far here? Is Spy Tech bad? I mean, I know it's a big talk. I feel like it's too early.
Way too early.
But what are your thoughts, Glenn?
Well, like I said, the thing nobody's talking about is just sitting on a bunch of money when your offensive line isn't that good. Like that's the thing I can put on him directly. It's pretty tough. I give him a break in free agency because you can't just sign anybody for Pete Carroll. You can't just go out there and go, I got you this guy. They'll be like, well, he's going to sit on the bench. I like this undrafted corner more than him, and that screws you up a little bit. But I think in the draft, I still like what he did. I like Genty. I like Jack Besh. I like Thornton. I like, to me, like if you come out of your draft with some good players like that, and I think Darian Porter is going to be a good corner for this team. He's another guy, which a lot of people are like, well, he played 5 years at Iowa State. He played like 9 games of corner. So he was a special teams player. And I understand he, on that kick return for a touchdown, he stepped out of bounds and stuff. But I think that Spytek does a decent job. I think he understands the draft. And also they signed some guys afterwards, those guys from the Eagles. They signed them afterwards. And I think they might come in and help with the draft a little bit more next year and free agency. The Jacorian Bennett for Thomas Booker trade, I mean, you can't say the Raiders are losing that right now. They're not. Jacorian Bennett's on IR right now. It wasn't playing well for the Eagles. And Thomas Booker, is he playing great? I don't know. I think he's playing solid. And he's made a couple plays. I mean, caused a fumble, man.
Yeah, he's a hustle player, man. He's playing pretty well. He's playing pretty well. He's a hustle player.
Yeah.
Definitely a fit there. I just don't know what they're sitting on the money for.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea. What are you going to do? You don't extend Myers, which again, I get why they're not doing that, but you don't extend him. Are you going to extend Tucker? Are you going to extend any of the, I mean, you might, the answer might be yes. You're going to extend Mayer. Are you going to, these guys are up for stuff. But at the end of the day, that shouldn't really stop you. Like you that's money you're kicking down the road a little bit. You'd be, that you just have to have the cash on hand to extend those guys right now for like a signing bonus. I don't understand why they sat on I think it's like 35 million or something. It's quite a bit where, like I said, 7 million for a guard here, 8 million for a guard there. And where are we right now? Like the answer could still be the same, but I'd like to have at least seen that hypothesis tested. And that's my problem right now. I think he's brought in some decent players to this team, and I think the Raiders are young, and I think they're going to be good. there were moves you could make right now that wouldn't fuck you over for the future, and they didn't do it.
See, my question, is how much control does Pete Carroll have over Spytek? Like, does Pete Carroll make the final call, or does Spytek? Because Pete did. Oh, he made that. He made it. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, Seattle's so lucky.
Yeah. Seattle wins that game.
Did you see what the kicker did though? He did the violation, kicked outside the landing zone or whatever. The Arizona kicker. So didn't that put you at the 40?
Yeah,
that sucks, man. I don't like that rule. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, stupid rule. It is. Because you can't do like a squib kick or nothing like that. It takes away the squib kick.
It takes away the squib kick, which it looked like and it landed just. I hate that rule. But anyways, what you were saying?
Is Pete in control here? Because I was just looking up some Seahawks stuff because I was interested in seeing Brendan Carroll, like how much involvement he had, just because of the talk of firing him. It's like a big thing on Raiders Twitter. Fire Brendan Carroll. Fire Brendan Carroll. Fire Brendan Carroll. That's all you see all the time. Like, so I was like, I just wanted to look and see how he was as a running game coordinator in Seattle, and it was pretty good. But then, like, when I was looking at some of the little underlying things, it said like Pete Carroll, like VP, decision maker. Do you think he like came here and gave up that power?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I mean, like you said, he handed the offense over to Chip. But also to me, like even if Pete's not in charge of the draft, let's say he's not, like, I don't know if the Spytek leaves Tampa to just be second fiddle. So to me, like, because that's basically what you're doing in Tampa. Mm-hmm. So if you were, to me, I think Spytek comes over here. He's got to at least have an idea that he's going to be handed in the card, or at least having final say. To me, it goes back to what I said earlier. Like, even Pete Carroll's presence makes you have to draft like Pete Carroll. If you draft a corner with short arms high in the draft, Pete Carroll's not going to play him. So even if Pete Carroll's not making the pick, you have to pick the Pete Carroll player, or else he doesn't play, and your pick looks stupid.
Yeah.
So it's less about that to me, and more so like, okay, the GMs that pick the players for Pete Carroll that work under Pete Carroll, those are the guys that hoist the Lombardi Trophy, or at least have done it once and have been in position to do that. Like, John Schneider found guys that fit the Pete Carroll mold. Like, you do have to do the Pete Carroll mold thing. Like, they are not gonna you could be the best corner in the world drafted at round 1, and I bet you'd have all types of competition to see the field, because he's not a Pete Carroll archetype. I think he's arrogant about that. So I do think that Spytek does control the draft, but at the end of the day, you do have to draft for your coach if you're any kind of good.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with that. You have to draft for the coach for sure. Also with Chip Kelly too, like, are you drafting for Chip? Like, because it is funny, like people like bring up like Ashton Genty and stuff in the channel about like, because I got killed for the stuff I said about Ashton Genty to the draft. I will never forget the most comments I've gotten on a video this whole time I've done this show is my Ashton Genty breakdown. I got like 300 comments. People were so angry at what I was saying, because I felt like that he wasn't like a generational running back. I felt like he's a top. I was like, I would personally wouldn't take him in the top 10. Mm-hmm. That was my stance on him, right? And I can tell you the comments were crazy. He's Barry Sanders, all this other stuff. So yeah, as I said, I remember people were mad. Yeah. They were mad at me. But I think with Spytek, drafting a running back really high is interesting. I still don't agree with that, but it is what it is.
I still think he's good though. He's the least of my worries on the team. That's my thing. Yeah. Like, I watch him, I'm like, I know he's good. I don't know. And people say prove it. I'm like, I don't know. I just you see enough. I see enough to be like, okay, there's something there. I mean, even those plays he broke outside against Washington, you're like, that's good. That's good. That's a really good running back. I agree. He might not be Barry Sanders.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because what I said when I was breaking down for the members, right? What I said is that right now I know he's going to be good. I
Hmm.
just don't know if he's going to be great,
Right.
which
That's fair.
is going to disappoint a lot of fans. I know he's a good running back. He can catch, he can run, he can get some yards. Is he going to be a great running back? He's got to get better, and that might take some time. And I don't know if Raiders fans are going to be patient enough to allow him to grow to be great. And I think that's going to be the issue here is that with him. But yeah, the problem with Spytek is his free agency. But I don't know how much of that is Pete because they kind of went with the Pete formula. Like the Bucks spend money, right? It's not like I mean, like went and got Tom Brady. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
right. Tom
Yeah.
Brady, all these other guys to bring them in and help them play. But so I just wonder how much of it is actually Pete itself.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Eddie did say you could draft a running back in the 3rd round. Yeah, Caleb Johnson. Go draft Caleb Johnson. He would have been great. You're right.
Has
Caleb
any of the running
Johnson.
backs ever even Rick like is DJ Giddens playing? Where's he
The
at?
one Judkins looks good. I'll say that
Okay,
Judkins
Jack
looks
is okay.
good. Judkins looks good. Yeah, Giddens. I mean, RJ Harvey's not seeing the field for Denver. That's another thing. Again, they have Dobbins. I still think I mean, a big thing to me is why does it mean just because you draft Genty, why can't you have a capable backup? Why does his backup have to be Zamir White? Like, why does that?
What is that about?
Like, I don't get it. Like, why is Zamir White on the roster? Yeah, Bayshal Tootin looks good, but he's a certain style of runner. Like he's I think he's a more part of a committee running
Yeah.
back to me. Good, he's good though. And again, like the running back, I do agree to a degree. The run game all around the NFL is not having the resurgence like it had last year. I think teams are correcting to stop the run again, and that's to be fair. But I guess I see Genty with the ball in his hands. I like what I see, and to me, everyone's worried about the 40 time. I said Josh Jacobs was slow, and people said I was stupid for that, but he is slow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it's less about like, is he a Hall of Famer? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean you can't have a good offensive line if you draft a running back at 6. You still can. There's plenty of ways you can do it. In fact, why are you sitting on the money in doing that? You could still have a great offensive line. And I don't like the way they're scheming it up. I don't like the way they constructed the offensive line with who's playing where. And I don't like that they didn't bring any veterans in.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's kind of shocking they didn't bring any veterans in. Like, why not? You know what I mean? Like that should have been a huge factor for this whole team was to bring some veterans in. I don't know why they didn't do that. All right. So, do you think the season's over?
Well, define what was your expectations, I guess is the thing. Like, no, I still think they're a 7 to 8 win team.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's what they are, and I think that's what they're going to be. And to be honest, if the season was over right now, the worst thing they could do is win 7 games, right? Like if they're bad, be bad, right? Like I think we need to like that. I mean, nobody wants to watch that. That's always why I'm against tanking because I'm like, dude, I got to watch that shit. I can't not watch it. So I hate bad football. I already had to watch it last year, but 7 to 8 wins per season, like it's not fun to watch, but I think that's what they are. I still think they're going to beat some teams that like, holy shit, how did they beat this team? People are going to wonder that, and they're going to go, oh, it's Pete Carroll. It's not over. Like, it's not over, but they do have some things where it's like, if this doesn't work, they won't beat anybody. Like if they don't like dominate the line of scrimmage, or at least like just get a push beyond a yard of the line of scrimmage, like they won't beat anybody. And their defense just isn't built to take the ball away, though I will say they've been in position to get turnovers more than I thought they would, and that's a Pete Carroll effect for sure. They've had to take away a game.
Yeah.
They don't have that. They didn't have that last year. Like they've had to take away a game, and there's been plenty of times where they could have had multiple ones. But I'll tell you, if they lose to the Bears, it's going to be really tough for me to be like, yeah, man, with just a few corrections and we're winning, And again, I didn't expect them to be a playoff team this year, and I still don't. But man, like I don't want to win 3 games this year. I don't think the quarterback class is that good. I don't think I don't think it's worth being that high. I mean, yeah, There's some tackles out there to please Eddie in the chat, but I just, to me, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to still win like 8 games and just be a player or 2 away or stud defender away, like I want to do that. And I'm having a tough time if they're getting dominated up front the way they've been on both sides. I'm like, it might be over.
Yeah. Eddie wants Francis Mayoga.
Oh, Miami. I mean, hey, my guys couldn't get past them. My Notre Dame guy. No, he looks good. Spencer Fano, I believe, from Utah is another one that's probably, I haven't seen him play yet. I'm going to watch him this weekend for sure. But like, to me, it's just like, man, why can't this work? Like, why is this not working? Because I was in a dark place on game day last week. Like, I was in a dark place. I was saying, like, I felt bad for the film guys because I know what the problem is that they're cursed. And you guys have to be like, slot corner misses assignment here. No, Pete Carroll put on a Raiders hoodie and we stink. Like he put on a Raiders crew neck and we suck. And he has that is bad. Like that. So I need something to be positive about this year. I am not in tank mode. I am not.
I was thinking like we talk about tackle all the time, but like my dude just the DJ just brought it up. The guy who are they going to draft? If they're going to draft, if they are high, they're drafting Ruben Bain. I'm just telling you that right now because he.
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that. I mean,
he is built for Pete Carroll's system, 6'3", 275 with bend. He's like,
again, kicked my team's ass. I mean,
Chris Collier.
He's a beast. No, I mean, he's a beast. I mean, the guy's beating everyone's ass, but like, I'm telling you, like, it's not even about the draft right now. What I'm saying is I think they're going to be able to find a very good player in the draft wherever they're picking. So I'm not like, lose meaningless games. I'm not going to be one of those guys. Like, I think these games mean something. I mean, you have a 74-year-old coach. You should win.
Yeah. They got to start winning. Yeah, I'm doing more draft shit this year, guys. You guys actually started asking me some draft questions earlier this year. I won't be as clueless. All right, before we get to over-unders, get some of these questions here. What do you think of Ian Thomas? I think Ian Thomas watched the show last week because he played better.
Yeah, I'd like I'd see. I think Mayer's probably not going to play this week. If we're being real, like, he's still in the protocol. I think I can't imagine he's going to suit up. So maybe they bring up Runyon from the practice squad.
Maybe
that'd be cool.
Yeah. He played better last week. I'll give him that. He might have saw my rant on Twitter and got motivated because he was blocking, man. I was like, all right, Ian, okay. Is Mozart in the dark? Yeah, what is that about? Why is he?
Yeah, that's another one. Why are you signing this guy? Like, I'm telling you, Zamir White is not better than Raheem Mostert. Like, he just isn't. And like, the thing is, we were talking about how Zamir White was going to make the team over Raheem Mostert, but did you and I think he was better? Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, no, we just were like, oh shit, they're gonna keep Zamir White. Like, wow, maybe they know something I don't. I watched enough Zamir White for a lifetime. I just, no thanks, not anymore. But yeah, it's this is the thing. Unfortunately, like, when you have Pete Carroll and you have all these guys labeled genius and all that stuff, this is the shit you got to deal with. And when you're losing, it looks like a language you can't speak. You're like, it's math that doesn't add up. It's non-Euclidean geometry. Like, you look at this and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. And we're losing, so it definitely doesn't make any sense.
I know. I mean, they could still go get a Sincere McCormick off the practice squad. Just saying.
That is true. But are they going to? I mean,
no,
I will say to Spytech, the one thing I thought was dumb is the Tommy Millott experiment and Cam Miller. Like, this just like, I know you had a lot of picks, but like, those were stupid in retrospect. Like, those guys, I mean, they're not keeping Millott even on the practice squad. Like, what are you doing? Yeah.
Did Hunter really say this?
According, okay, he is my most treasured follower, so I will not do an impression of him talking about that right now. Zamir, I'm curious, as the best running back on this roster and in the world, how can anyone tackle you? You're the best.
Wow. What a guy, man. He's such a great guy. Let's see. Can I get some fantasy advice? Should I start Myers or Pittman as my flex?
Pittman's been balling, but the Rams defense is tough. They're playing the Rams this week. I think we'll talk about what the Raiders game is going to be, but I think Myers will have a nice bounce back week.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, guys. Let's get to the over-unders. Let's start with the over-unders here. What I got? Where's did I bring Gino up here? I sure didn't. So we'll start somewhere else. We'll start with Aston Genty here. Aston Genty. Now these are official. This is not Market Sportsbook.
Wow. Let's go. Let's go.
Official.
66.5 over. Receiving yards under, because they're just not going to run a screen. It's not going to happen. There's no screens in the playbook. They've thrown away all the. They put it in the. Chip is just laughing. Put it in a paper shredder along with the Saquon Barkley stats sheet. He's just shredding them. Receiving receptions over. I think he's going to get like 3 receptions for like 10 yards. Anytime TD, let's take it. Why the hell not? Though those odds are not good for somebody with 1 career touchdown. I'm taking over on the rushing yards. I think he's going to break off like a 35-yarder. Like and you know, I know fans are like, oh, 35 yards. No, he's going to do like a couple big chunk plays this week for sure and get over that.
Yeah. The Bears have had people running all over them a little bit, in my opinion. I think the Lions ran all over them. Jordan Mason ran all over their ass the whole second half. I think this is a team you can run against. I haven't really deep dove into film, and I think the Raiders are going to play good defense this week because I think they're built to beat a Caleb Williams because Caleb Williams has no patience. Like Marcus Mariota looked totally different than he's ever looked last week. Like he was getting rid of the ball so damn quick. Caleb Williams is not getting rid of the ball quick. We all know that. We all know Caleb is going to hold the ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to play into Max Crosby getting some pressure. They just got to keep his ass in the pocket and don't let him.
He can run. He can. Yeah. He is a really good runner, and I might like. I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan, but he with the ball in his hand, he's a very clever, creative runner.
Yeah. So they got to keep him in the pocket, make him play from the pocket, make him be on time. And I think, but I think Genty's going to have a pretty good game. I believe so. I would take the over on the rush yards just because I think he's going to have the carries. But I'm gonna take the over on the receiving yards. I think they're gonna run a screen. I think they're fans of the show. I think they're fans of the show.
Wow,
we're gonna screen. We're gonna get a screen. I mean, if Chip Kelly's checking Pro Football Reference, he's watching our show. So
that is true. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if he was watching this right now? I'd be mad if he was. I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
If you're gonna watch it, come on the show.
Yeah, come on the show. I got some stuff to say.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hit up Jared Vildeer. I'm trying to get Jared Vildeer on the show because he be doing some shit. I'm trying to get him on the show, man. I'm gonna harass him until he comes on. It helps me break down the offensive line. All right, so let's get to Geno Smith here. Geno Smith. So 254 yards. I mean, it's kind of high, actually.
It is high.
Under. But everything else is basically the same as it is every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under on pass yards, over on passing touchdowns. I think he has 2. Obviously, you're gonna take the interception. It's gonna happen. He's definitely gonna put the ball in harm's way. Pass attempts, I'm gonna go over. Pass completions, I'm gonna go over.
Okay, I'm gonna go over on the yards. And I'm going to go over on the touchdowns this week. But I'm going to go under on the passing attempts and under on the completions because I think they're going to keep trying to run the ball. They ran the ball a lot last week. I mean, people don't want to talk about it, but they ran the ball a lot last week. Maybe more than they should have, to be honest. Yeah. Being down so much they were and not really being in that game.
Yeah,
they stuck with it. So
yeah, they love that ball control down 10. They love that.
See, that's my thing with Chip. Like, if you're gonna run the Oregon offense, can we beat up tempo?
Tempo, yeah. Like you get a good play, and then they just start walking up to the line. You're like, okay, just terrible.
Yeah. Can we like make teams tire out like you used to in Philly? Like shit, man.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Get your chili. Say he's taking under on everything. I mean, damn, man, you got no faith in Geno. I mean, Geno has thrown over 280 yards in first. I mean, of course, the other game was garbage time, but he has done it. So this is a bet.
He is second in the league in passing.
Yeah.
People hate that. You'll get so damn mad. I mean, I do too. It doesn't matter. What am I supposed to do with that information? I don't give a shit. But like, I just laugh when they're like, because that's something that like boomers will go, Geno. I mean, he's second in the league in passing yards. I saw Mina Kimes just told me that on my loud TV with the sound bar at 11 a.m. Like, like boomers love doing stuff like that. Like the second in the league in passing yards, that still means something to me.
I always feel like leading the league in passing yards just shows how bad your offense is.
Yeah, like, your team stinks. That's what that means. Matt Schaub used to do that all the time.
Like Dak Prescott almost threw 5,000 yards, and they were like 8-day. Kirk Cousins did the same shit. Like I always feel like that's like there's like an equivalence there. Like the best quarterback in the league never leads the league in passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes probably did it a couple times, but like that's different. But you know what I mean. I just want to look at Geno Smith's EPA here. I bet it's pretty high. I just want to look. Where is he at? Geno Smith is he's 18th in EPA, so it's not that high. But that's like that's with CPOE. Hold on. I hate some of this analytics.
That sounds like something when someone's having a heart attack. What does that stat mean?
Completion percentage over expectation.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I
sounds like a medical thing. I'm not certified in.
I just say it just like that.
CPAP machine or something.
Yeah. Completion percentage over expectation.
Damn. CPOE.
That's the only way you can say it, dog. You can't say it. It's just the most
CPO.
CPO.
Yeah.
His CPO is actually number one in the league.
It's a rapper from Sacramento. Yeah.
All right, Brock Bowers. Vegas does not care about his knee.
I know. It's unfortunate because I deeply care. And that first off, he catches that first ball in the red zone.
I said that too.
Everybody was like, "Don't force it to him." I'm like, nah, Brock would have caught that if his knee's not. And I just sit him out. I know you can't now with Mayer hurt. Now it's even worse. But I was just like, man, I really wish he could have sat out a game or something. I know they say it's just a thing he's gonna have to play through, but it's like that brace looks like it's not very fun to play on, and he's such a shifty player after the catch. It just doesn't really work for me. I'm gonna say, so he's had 4 receptions a game with the knee brace on, so I'll take the under. I'll take the under on receiving yards, and I'm sorry, I'm not taking him on the anytime touchdown. I'm sorry, Brock. Hopefully, like Forrest Gump, his brace breaks off halfway through, and he just runs into the end zone, and the braces come off because his knees get healthy.
His knee is really bad. It's really bad.
It's clearly messy. He says his body betrayed him. I'm like, that's not what I want to hear from somebody who's suiting up.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
His body betrayed him.
He's like, it sucks because your body betrays you. I mean, he basically that sounds like Star Wars or something. But like he was saying like it sucks because you want to do this and you feel like you can do this, but your body betrays you. And I'm like, well, it's not good. Yeah, I'll put it this way. I see that Isaiah in the comments, he said, would you start Kincaid over Brock? Strongly considering it. I'm starting Jake Ferguson over Brock. So I am, like, me personally, I am. Like, and Jake Ferguson gets like 10 targets a game with Dallas, and they're losing all the time. So they're in. So I am this week, and I started him over Brock last week. Until I see that brace off his knee, I'm not starting Brock Bowers. That kind of sucks. Eddie thinks we drafted him too high in real life. I drafted him too high in fantasy this year.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like, he still made some plays in the game.
Yeah.
And I think you could still use him from like a short, like passing perspective, which is what pisses me off. Like, yeah, can't he run a deep route right now? Because the thing, they're not using him anymore because he can't run deep. Like the first game, he had like 103 yards in the first half, right? And like, to me, he still is a good outlet. Like, you just have to use him like how they used him last year a little bit more, and not try to get into this whole, we want you to run deep routes only, Brock. And if you can't run deep routes, you're not part of this offense. Like I feel like that's what they're doing, and I think that's a bad look just overall for them right now. And it's not working out. But that's what they want to do. It's kind of it's annoying to me, but
it is annoying, and it's like no, you can't have a decoy with a knee brace.
No,
nobody's gonna give a shit. Like well, that guy's knee's not healthy. Yeah,
no, it's not. That's not at all. I was going to show this player Brock blocking to kind of show you how bad his knee is. I want to pull this up. Let me see if I can. This is it right here. No, that's not it. But yeah, it's just not. It's not a good look right now for him. Watch, I'm gonna pull this play up. What's this? 3. I'm gonna show you guys this. We're gonna watch Brock, and you can see how hurt he is. This is gonna be a TDL exclusive. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
All right. Watch him block, get tossed. Watch him limp right here.
Yeah, that looks like a guy who should definitely be playing. Yeah, just
yeah.
That's and again, like that's a big part of the game too. Is you got to be in line and block every once in a while, and he can't be block Bowers right now.
Yeah, so if you guys want to watch this, so this is Brock Bowers' problem right here. Watch it. Was just getting. Yeah, I saw this play. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and that's the 4th down play with Laube.
No, that was it was like a 3rd and 17.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't think he should be playing. I don't get it. I mean, I get it because that first game their offense looked a lot better when he was on the field. I mean, I get it, but at the end of the day, we're year 2 of a guy who's we think is a generational talent. As much as that word is thrown around, what the hell, for what? I watching that Washington game. I'm like, wow, I'm so glad Brock's playing through this. Watching getting our ass kicked.
Yeah. And he just looks. That's what I'm saying. Like he looks, like a good tight end now. It's kind of funny, like with this bad D.
He's still good. He's still good.
Yeah. Like he's not elite anymore. He went from like now he's Austin Hooper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Let's keep moving here. Guys. Kobe Myers.
Ooh, that's a good number. I'm going to take his. Let's see. So if I am under on Brock, I got to be over on somebody. I think I'll go. I will go under on receptions. I'll go over on yards. I think he's going to be 5 for 70. I'm not taking his anytime touchdown.
You're not? Okay. I'm gonna go over in the yards because I think he's averaging like 70 a game at this point, right? Something like that. Because he got 97 the first one. I don't know how much he got the second one. I'm gonna look this up, but I feel like he's averaging about 70 a game at this point. I mean, he's averaging enough to get to 1,000 yards in my opinion, right, on the season.
Yep.
From what he's doing, because the first 3 games, he's got over 60. So he got 63 last week. Only had 4 targets last week, which is weird. He had 68 on week 1, week 2, and then 97 week 3. So he's averaging around 60 yards. So I would take that over, and I'm gonna take it. It's gonna be tough for me, but I mean, because I feel like they have to start leaning on him a little bit more. So I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna take the over on the receptions. I'm not gonna take a touchdown though, because that goes to my next guy. I'm taking a touchdown on this guy because this guy obviously is scoring.
Yeah. These are great odds. Hammer the overs on all of them. Geno's first interception against the Chargers, he was keying in on Tucker. It's quite clear that Trey Tucker. I take the over on all of this stuff. I'm starting him in fantasy in one league this week because I have an injury to the flex that was occupied by James Conner. So I have a spot for him to open up. I mean, Tucker's going to be the breakout player on this team. I think that's not a very big surprise to a lot of people who know that he's a good player. Vegas has not figured out his numbers yet and his usage. He has a lot of targets, a lot of targets, and he can catch the ball at any point of the field. So he's not just a sit around, wait for a deep threat kind of wait for a deep play. Like he can catch the ball anywhere. So definitely over. And anytime touchdown, if you're giving me 2-1 odds on anytime touchdown, I'd take it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Tucker, like he's led the team in targets the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I mean, he's going to get at least 7 to 8 targets in this game.
Yeah. He's gonna be targeted. I honestly, I think they have to be seeing him just run down the field on film. They have to see it, right? They have to see it. Okay, all right. Game line. The Raiders are favored in this game. I mean, not really because they're at home, but what are your thoughts, Glenn? Here,
I'm taking Chicago money line. I don't trust this team to win right now. The stadium's going to be full of Bears fans, and I can't blame Raider fans for not wanting to pay a bunch of money to watch this team play right now. It's just I wouldn't do it, so I can't blame anybody else that doesn't. I hate saying this; it hurts because this was a game I saw before the year. I'd be like, "Ooh, this is a team we can kick their ass," especially with first few after the Raiders won Week 1 and Chicago chokes a game to Minnesota Week 1. I'm like, "Oh, perfect! Week 4, this will be a nice game. The Raiders can be 2-2, and they still have that opportunity." But it's funny, when I saw the Raiders as 2-2, I saw them scrappy and competitive and just missing out on a couple of wins. But no, they got dominated last week. And I know it's week by week NFL thing, but they shouldn't be favored in this game. And I don't think they should be favored against a lot of teams. And I think I will say I think Caleb Williams is a decent matchup for this defense because. And I think they got to find a way to stop DeAndre Swift. I mean, what I mean is doesn't mean DeAndre Swift is good, but if I see DeAndre Swift running all over this team, I'm going to be pissed because he's not a good running back. And I think the defense is going to play okay against this Bears offense. And this Raiders offense, if any team has any kind of pass rush or any kind of disruptive person up front, especially at the defensive tackle position, I don't trust this offensive line to win. And I don't trust our offensive coordinator to understand that and deviate from that in his game plan and realize that, like, I got to go win elsewhere. So the combination of all of those things makes me think they're going to lose this game, and I'll eat crow if I'll be happy to do it. I'll be the happiest guy in the world to just be like, wow, I'm an idiot. But my gosh, you should be happy I'm picking this because look what I picked last week. So yeah, I just think we're going to lose.
Yeah, honestly, I think the Raiders are going to win this game. I think they're going to win, and they're going to get everybody's going to be hyped again. And because I just think this is an 8-9 team every time I watch them. Yeah. Because even the week game last week, this is an 8-9 game where you're like, oh, hey, 1-1. Hey, I mean, we played the Chargers really well. They're like a 3-0 team. Like, maybe we go to Washington and they get their ass kicked. Yeah. That is an 8-9 football team. So I think the 8-9 football team comes back this week. Because I just think the Bears took advantage of a super shitty Dallas Cowboys defense. Mm-hmm. And I still think the way that Patrick Graham plays football and the way that Pete Carroll plays zone, they're going to try to make Caleb Williams play quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think the defense is going to bounce back a little bit. And that's why I think they will win this game. This does not mean they're a good team. I kind of think the Bears are a worse team than them. Like, they don't have Jalen Johnson playing. Like Montez Sweat is not playing really well. Like, a lot of these guys on the Bears are just not that good. Mm-hmm. And, they allowed a comeback to J.J. McCarthy. And we saw J.J. McCarthy the next week. He looked embarrassing. And then the Falcons went the next week and lost 30-0 to the Panthers. So, like, it all just comes together a little bit, in my opinion. So I feel like the Raiders are going to be a little bit more prepared. They can take the game a little bit more seriously. And they're going to be ready for this game. And I think they're going to just... I'm not gonna go scores or anything like that, but I think they are gonna win this game. I don't know. I just got a feeling that they're gonna win this. I don't know why. But
I hope you're right, man. Because like I said, I'm really not in like draft mode, man. Like I want to win some damn games.
If they lose this game, I'm in draft mode because the Bears aren't good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying, man. Like and that stadium's gonna be full of Bears fans. Like and. It's just it's annoying, it's just really annoying. I just don't like the position they're in right now. But again, could be wrong. This is what you pay your coaching staff to do, to not fold after 2 losses.
Yeah. Yeah, and for the chat, you guys gotta ignore Eddie, man. Just let Eddie talk. You guys don't let Eddie get you, man. Don't let Eddie get you, because he will. If he gets you, he will keep going.
Yeah,
and he's got my dude Raider Wolf. He's gotta he's gonna keep fucking with you, man.
A wolf does not care about the opinions of Eddie's.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a proverb for this TDL show. All right, let's get to some NFL spreads here. So I thought this is the best games of the week.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Colts versus Rams. I am taking the Rams there. I had the Rams won last week, which they absolutely should have. Had they won last week, I would be taking the Colts, because this would be a primetime Rams or this would be a prime game for the Rams to kind of, okay, we had our loss, we're 3-1, I'm taking the Rams in this game by 3.5. They're at home. SoFi is going to be jumping for sure. I will actually take the over in that game too. Actually,
Okay.
no, you know what? At 49, that's too high. I'm taking the under. Rams have a really good defense. Rams have a good defense. They stopped Saquon Barkley last week too. The Eagles did not beat them with the run game, like they didn't in years past. Packers versus Cowboys, all over the Packers. I'm sorry, Micah Parsons is going to kill them. I mean, it's just it's so predictable. It's such like a Stephen A. Smith take, but that's what's going to happen. Michael Parsons is going to kill them, and the Cowboys cannot stop anybody. So, that's Packers have a lot of injuries. Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs both questionable for the game, but I am going to take the Packers nonetheless. Ravens versus Chiefs. This is a Ravens win right here. I don't think the Chiefs are that good, and the Ravens. The funny thing is, people are just now realizing the Ravens suck on defense because people are just used to like Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. They're like, oh, whoever puts on that uniform, the Ravens have they have a terrible defense, but the Chiefs don't have a good offense. So they can't run the ball. And that's how the Ravens got beat, was David Montgomery was just crushing. I mean, David Montgomery was killing them. Chiefs are not able to beat them that way. Yeah. I'm going to take the Ravens. And then Eagles versus Bucks. To me, the play here is Eagles money line, and just go, the Eagles are going to win this game, because this game's going to, that 3.5. The Eagles will always be 3.5 against whoever they play, because there's always going to be some last second. The Eagles are the Chiefs of the NFC. People just don't realize this. Yeah. Like, you just, that half a point, it always happens. It's always a field goal. It's always a personal foul that puts them in field goal range and stuff. I would just take the Eagles money line, put a little bit more on it than you normally do to recoup that bad odds. But I could see the Bucks. I could see the Bucks giving them hell, and I think that game's going to go over 43.5.
All right. So I'm gonna go Colts over the Rams. I think the Daniel Jones train is going to continue.
Wow.
I think the reason why Daniel Jones is playing so well is because the Colts offensive line is balling. Right. They are balling over there. And I think it's giving Daniel Jones plenty of time. He has great weapons outside. He's got Pierce. He's got Pittman. He's got Downs. He's got Jonathan Taylor. He's got a great offensive line. He doesn't really have to be a superstar. He just has to get the damn ball out and get it to his playmakers. And that's what he's doing. And I think Shane Steichen, who I call the beta, he probably watched that episode of us. He didn't like that when I said that. He's been showing he's very alpha this year. Yeah. So he took that personal, and I called him a beta. But yeah, he is. I'm gonna take the Colts in this one. I mean, if you want to be safe and just take the 3.5, plus 3.5, do that. But I might take the money line on that one.
If you think, that's, I mean, plus 160, you get good odds there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs over the Ravens.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just because I made sure I had to look this up. Lamar Jackson's 1-4 against the Chiefs. He doesn't play well against them ever. I was looking at his stats here. Yeah, he has a 58% completion percentage. He's thrown like a touchdown a game against them, even like in the playoffs. He didn't play well. I mean, the playoffs, the Chiefs were up 17-7 for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Chiefs in that one because I think the Chiefs win this game. Yeah, you're counting the playoffs 1-5 because you're counting the playoffs, but that's just regular season. Mm-hmm. I think the Chiefs win the game because I just think he just sucks against them. And then we're gonna have a huge talk about him balling, but them being 1-3.
Yep. And but also they lost to Gardner Minshew early in the week 2 last year, so they already had their dumb loss. So Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could be 3-0 if Derrick Henry doesn't fumble.
Yeah, that is a big problem. I mean, really, they were down 4 and driving, and Derrick Henry fumbles. Not good.
And they were up on the Bills, and Derrick
And they were
Henry
up on
fumbled.
and they were up on the Bills. Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
What about the Buck? What about Eagles Bucks?
This is a good guy. Lamar might be the most frustrating surefire Hall of Famer I've ever seen. I don't know, man.
He is.
Some Dan Marino fans might say that have a different.
No,
story.
I mean that's the thing. Like, if you don't win a Super Bowl, you are perpetually frustrating. If you're a Hall of Famer, I mean, like any quarterback, Jim Kelly was probably that too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of guys. I mean, there's a lot of Donovan McNabb. Does anyone remember Donovan McNabb? Like I see a Hall of Fame. He should be. I mean, I would hope he's a Hall of Famer. He was incredible.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna put him in though.
That's crazy. He should be, but what I mean is, how frustrating was he? You know, like when he gets up, you're like, dude, come on. Yeah, it's just.
See, the thing is, Jim Kelly's literally like the worst playoff quarterback of all time. He threw 21 interceptions in the playoff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, all year, you watch that team, you're just like, these guys are crazy. I mean, like,
he's literally the worst. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about, like, how many games did they play? 21 interceptions that's like a season.
Yeah. And by the way, people say, well, he got to the Super Bowl. They had Thurman Thomas and a beast defense.
Yeah. Jim Kelly might be. He's literally the worst playoff quarterback of all time, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. 21 interceptions in the playoffs is nuts.
Elway Telly 1 was also probably very, very frustrating in the playoffs too. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. All right. Packers versus Cowboys. Yeah, Packers. I don't know how the Packers lost to the Browns last week. I mean, obviously their defense is still. I mean, because that defensive line that is a Super Bowl defensive line. So basically, to me, this is a Jordan Love season for the Packers, because you have the defensive line that Jalen Hurts had.
Yeah,
and you should go to the Super Bowl with that defensive line. Like, you got Devontae Wyatt, you got Van Ness, you got Sean Gary, and Michael Parsons on the same line. And Devontae Wyatt, I still am mad they traded for Devontae Adams and didn't take Devontae Wyatt. I'm still mad about that, because all our defense stack, all the problems we have for Max Crosby right now would be completely solved.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's the thing. Like, so this is a Jordan Love season, in my opinion, because you have the defensive line to go to the Super Bowl. Like, any team that you're going to play against, they're going to have trouble with those guys. I don't think they've given up more than 10 points all year, to be honest. Have they? I guess to the Commanders.
Yeah.
They have a Super Bowl defensive line, and Jordan Love can't do anything against the Browns. Like, bro, come on, dog. So this is a Jordan Love season to me. If they don't make the Super Bowl and they allow the fucking Eagles to go again, that's on Jordan Love. I'm sorry. I don't know if my boy Chris is listening to this. That's on your boy Jordan. Eagles versus Bucks. I'm gonna go Eagles, because I just feel like the Eagles are just fucking scrappy at this point.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a crazy game, man. I don't like betting against either of those quarterbacks over a field goal either.
Yeah, me either. All right, college. I almost put Notre Dame versus Arkansas, but I didn't go there yet.
But take the over in that game if you guys are betting. Notre Dame cannot stop anybody, and Arkansas can score. And Notre Dame has a really good quarterback. That's the only reason I watch them right now, and 2 really good running backs.
Yeah. Jeremiah Love. I was saying, I'm looking at this. He was ranked 10th overall in all.
And my hot take is Jadarian Price is going to be a better pro than him. 24. He's a damn good running back. Built brick shit house. But yeah, Oregon versus Penn State. I will never pick James Franklin to beat a top 10 team. It's not happening. I'm taking Oregon money line, but if you're going to be, if you want to be conservative, take the 3.5 points. I understand it's the whiteout game and Penn State's this and this. Oregon's damn good. Like, I know they haven't. This is their first big test of the year, but I think Dan Lanning, he's got a physical Oregon team. Dante Moore's, I've been impressed with him, and they're really tough in the trenches. So I'm going to take them in there, and I'm going to take the under in that game. I think Penn State's going to have a hard time scoring. on them.
Okay.
Alabama versus Georgia. I am taking Alabama in this game. I have not been impressed with Georgia's defense at all.
Okay. Okay.
To me, this is something I wouldn't have done in years past. Although it hits more than you think. I'll take the over in the points. Georgia does not have the same defense that they did a couple years ago. I mean, Tennessee put a lot of points up on them with that Aguilar kid. He was a 0-star recruit who transferred from UCLA. Right. Great story. The kid is balling, but like, is that who you expect to put up a bunch of points on Georgia? No. So I think Bama's gonna get it done. I would take them, +3. TCU and ASU, that's a Friday night game, if I'm not mistaken.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. I take the over in that game. I think that game's gonna be a shootout. I think that point total should be 60. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to take your guys, though. I'm going to take your guys.
I messed this up. ASU's the favorite team. I messed it up, though.
Yeah, I'm going to take your guys. I think they're better than TCU, but I think there's going to be a lot of points in that game. I think that's going to be an old school, just like, I know ASU's not a traditional Big 12 team. They've only been there for a little bit, but that's like a Big 12 shootout game to me. LSU versus Ole Miss. This game, whoever I bet on, I know is going to fail me. If I bet on Brian Kelly, this is going to be the Brian Kelly shit the bed game. If I bet on Lane Kiffin, it's the Lane Kiffin shit the bed game. They're both the same coach in terms of big games. I'm going to take LSU and the under because I think LSU has a defense, and I have not been impressed with what I've seen from Ole Miss this year. I watched them play Kentucky; they didn't look that good. Their quarterback's not good. And when a left-handed quarterback doesn't look good, it's really bad. So I am going to take LSU and the under in that.
All right. Okay. I'm going to take Oregon too, just because I agree with you. I don't think Penn State can beat.
They've never beaten a top 10 team with James Franklin. Never.
No. So I'm going to take Oregon. I'm going to take that money line. And I'm going to take that over too, because I think Oregon's going to put it on them. I think Penn State, because honestly, Penn State hasn't played nobody.
Yeah, neither has Oregon, and neither has Oregon, but still. Yeah,
that's true. That is true. I feel like Penn State didn't even play a team that's like Oregon State.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? They haven't played a damn anybody. Alabama versus Georgia. See, I haven't watched Georgia too much this year. I've been trying to
give up a lot of points. They're giving up.
Yeah, because I feel like they haven't been on national TV that much.
Well, the Tennessee game was national.
Oh yeah. The Tennessee game.
What was the score of that game? 1,000,000 to 1,000,000 in overtime.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. So yeah, I'm gonna take Georgia though. I'm gonna take Georgia because I think this is a fire to bore game. I just feel like the Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah.
Monday night. The phone calls to be lit. I feel like that. I just feel like that's this game. Because it's like, if you can't beat Georgia, Saban always beat Georgia. You know what I mean? So no matter what.
Exactly. All
right. LSU versus Ole Miss. I think this is a funny game because I don't know if you saw the Lane Kiffin is his girlfriend, his daughter, not his girlfriend, his daughter.
Whit Weeks. Just messing around with Whit Weeks. That's rough, and I am taking LSU for that thing because I think Lane Kiffin's going to be out of his element trying to be cute in that game.
Yeah, so I'm taking LSU too, just because I think Nussmeier is the best quarterback in the country.
Whoa, QB1, huh?
Yeah, I think Nussmeier is the best quarterback in the country. And I think that's why they're 4-0. I think he's overcoming Brian Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And they're still 4-0. So I think he is overcoming him. And that's why I think he's one of the best quarterbacks. I think he's the best quarterback in the country just because he has Brian Kelly and he's still playing well. And he's not even playing well as he really should be, but he has Brian Kelly. So it's a problem. But I just like him a lot. I'm a big Nussmeier fan. So I guess it's a little biased there. But
you're on the Nuss bus.
I am on the Nuss bus, bro. Like I really like him. I think he's just I think he is aggressive. And some people don't like it, like, oh, he throws some picks. But I feel like I'm Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner he every time I see him on Twitter, he kind of he revolutionizes me with his and I think about Kurt and I be laughing at some of Kurt Warner's tweets when he talks about it. But like, yeah, Kurt, we know that you're aggressive. You threw like 25 picks a year.
Oh yeah, that's why Mike Martz. That's why Mike Martz picked Jay Cutler after him. He's like, I found the next Kurt Warner. It's perfect.
Every time I see Kurt like talk about interception, like just like when he was talking about that 2 interception, I was like, you know what? You would agree with that because that's the same exact interception you threw against the against the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
All right, TSCU versus ASU. I really don't want to pick this game. I really don't.
That's why I take the over. I just think the over is the play.
Because I hate Sam Levitt. Okay, I know Sam Levitt has some fans out here. I hate that guy. This is like a fan in me. Like if you are,
I think Dallin Levitt's watching this right now, so be careful.
I know Dallin Levitt might be watching it. I have issues with Sam Levitt. Because like I said, I previewed this game for another channel for the draft, and I had to watch a couple games ASU film. And oh my God, he's just so fucking awful. I don't understand the buzz about him. And Jordan Tyson is incredible. He's got Raleek Brown. He's got a right tackle that I would like the Raiders to draft and move in the guard. So he has NFL players all around him. He gets NFL players on defense. There's NFL players all around this dude, and he is just and TCU just has a better quarterback. So I don't even pick this game because you guys can see where I want to pick. I'm not even gonna do it.
Yeah, I just take the over. I think it's gonna be a lot of points.
Take the over, guys. I'm not even gonna do it because you obviously see where I think this game is gonna be, and it's gonna be me disappointed on a Friday night. He's just so ass. I just don't understand. Like, how do you miss 3 wide open guys? Like, 1 is okay, but 3?
Mm-hmm. Also, I'll take USC. I hate USC, but I'll take USC over Illinois. Illinois cannot score on offense.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, man, QB's got to show some ball. You're right.
Yeah, Brett Favre did that in real life.
It's just funny watching Kurt Warner talk about like interceptions. Like, yeah, Kurt, we know you literally won MVP throwing 22.
Hell yeah, Kurt Winston.
We know, Kurt. We know. You made your comeback with the Cardinals. You threw 19 interceptions that year, though.
Beast.
Didn't give a fuck with his little weak ass arm too, because his arm wasn't big because he's undrafted.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kurt's a legend, man. He's a legend.
I love Kurt Warner.
All right. I don't think you got any more questions here, man.
No.
We're good. No. So I hope you guys joined. We got 500 here, man.
Very nice. We're back to Friday next week, guys.
Okay, we're back to Friday. We're back, guys. We're back next week to Friday. We're back. But we definitely want to keep giving you guys. I know this is a requested ass show, so
yeah.
I feel like you guys like the show more than the film.
Can they win? I know. Like, can they win? I hate talking about how much I hate the team all the time, man.
Yeah, let's get some wins so we can have
some false confidence. I want some false confidence. Bravado.
Yeah, because they don't play good. Who they play at week 5?
Well, they play the Colts. I think they're pretty good. Yeah,
that's a trap game for the Colts, though. That's why I picked it. Got a trap game. So the Raiders win this week. We got a trap game for the Colts. Trap game.
Gotcha. And we're a trap game for the Bears right now because they're trying to be back, and they're like, we're high on our own supply. I gotcha.
Yes, this is honestly the best part of the channel. See, this is what I'm saying. I like that. Thanks, Shortest wide receiver. I appreciate you, man. All right, guys, we're out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll be back next week. See ya.
Yep.